Hey guys, Mark from 42freeway.com. I'm in Bellmawr, New Jersey. I got the industrial park to my left, and then over here on my right is Route 42. So we're gonna talk about the Missing Moves project. I've done a bunch of posts on this, typically way too long. I'm gonna keep this one short. People still confused about what this is, and honestly, my posts aren't getting to every single person. So the main point of this project is, if you're coming up 42 North, which is the traffic closest to me here, you can't get to 295 South without going through Bellmawr or other towns. So this will put a roadway up over 42 along the edge of the landfill, over Creek Road, and then connect with 295 like around in front of the Creek Road Bridge. I'm gonna flip the camera around, we're gonna talk about it a little more. All right, again, so I'm in Bellmawr. Just to give orientation, this is Benigno Boulevard. That's the industrial park there for Bellmawr. Across from me, this is Route 42, and across the way is the landfill for Bellmawr. So the traffic that's closest to me that we're seeing now is the traffic heading north towards Philadelphia, and then later on down to 295. So the problem that we have here again is, if you're coming up Route 42 and you want to go south on 295 to Delaware or Paulsboro, those towns, you just can't do it without getting off and going through the towns. So I should have looked at the plans again before I jumped into this video, but I was excited to get out here on a nice day. You can see these retention walls here, and then you can see this gully through here. So somewhere in that area, and maybe they have to move that sign, but I believe somewhere before the crane, there will be the road will be able to veer off. And this is, so you're gonna go 295 South from here, and it's gonna come through here, and I am assuming, because this is dug out, they're building some like deeper infrastructure here. And it will eventually turn into a ramp, and over here you can see they're putting the first ramp piling in, I guess that's what you call it, to support the traffic going up. So this is just the northbound side, and it's gonna go up, and if I can get over there, I may have to edit this out just to kind of not make it so long. All right, so all I've done is just walked up closer to this piling. So this is just gonna be a one-way roadway going up, again, from down there by that hump. It's gonna come over here, and why I walk down here, I want you to see, you can already see they started putting the new pilings in for the curve. So it's gonna come up here and start curving in towards Route 42. And of course, the obvious reason for that is there's gonna be a roadway, a new bridge going over Route 42 here that's going to connect on the other side. All right, so this is Benigno Boulevard as it approaches Leaf Avenue in a T. You can go left to get on 42 North, you can go right to get into Bellmawr. And there is this new construction here, this new roadway, and people are probably wondering what it is. I'm gonna give some props to the New Jersey Department of Transportation. When they built the Super Wawa in Bellmawr, there are two roads. What is it, Edgewood and Wellwood, I think, over here? And only Edgewood got a traffic light. And I'm gonna walk down in a second and show you that. And people wonder why. Why would you put one there and one here? People are just gonna skirt here. Because the master plan, as a part of this Missing Moves project, the roadway would go up over there, is that this T intersection, Benigno, will end. It won't be there because the traffic will be routed to this new road that's going in. You can see they've done all the plumbing work. The stone's here. It needs asphalt. They have to tear down the curbing here. I'm sure not that it's a holdup, but the big thing they're waiting for is there's this telephone power. Do they still run telephone lines over the poles? But no, Fios is in there, Comcast, and then also the power. They have to move this pole out of here, I'm sure. But imagine me in my car as we're doing this right now. We're gonna come up here on the right-hand side. We're gonna tap into Edgewood, and it's gonna lead into that traffic light. So this will be the main thoroughfare out of Benigno. There are some advantages and there's some cons. The advantages are, first off, it's a confusing intersection here. You got traffic coming in off of 42, you got traffic trying to get in, you got traffic coming in through, God, what is that, Wedgewood, Wellwood, I forget. Leaf is a T, it's just confusing. You're too close to Route 42 here, so when you get to this intersection, it's an early, quiet Sunday morning, so there's not a lot of traffic to see, but it's, you don't know what people are doing. So getting the cars down here makes things flow better over here. All right, I've crossed over 42. I am on the landfill side. This is location 3 in this video, and so we're gonna see where the roadway comes over 42. There's not as much activity coming on. I just took a look at the plans that I had posted previously, unless they've changed. Let's flip the camera around again. All right, so 42 is here. The landfill is here. Try not to move so fast you guys don't get. This is that building. I'm on the back of it. The building when you're trying to get on the 42 south and you come to the T and you got to make a left. This is the back into the building. So across the way you can see the support column, the concrete support column with the, hopefully the sun glare isn't too strong here, but with the rebar coming out. So that's the elevated roadway. It's going to come over, and the way I read the plans, the bridge is actually going to be further in front of me here, literally going up and over the front of this building. I don't know if the building stays, and maybe they put it high enough that the building stays and this is underneath it. I'm gonna walk around to the front of the building, but it seems to me that this roadway will be up and over, where you make that T-turn, it's going to be, you'll be under the bridge at that point. So now keep in mind also, traffic coming from 295 north, you're in Delaware, Paulsboro, you're coming north, you will be able to get to 42 south on this plan. So there'll be another roadway about the, it'll start veering off somewhere around here, and it'll curve and take you down. So it'll split, the roadway will split. It's coming in, the one lane will be coming from 42 north, and then at some point in here, up in the air, in the elevated roadway, they will connect and become like one road as they continue their path down towards Creek Road and 295. All right, so this is Harding Avenue. This is, we've all driven this road 1,000 times. This is the road you're coming in from Creek Road, and you're gonna go to 42 south right there. Here's the building I was just behind. So in the distance there, I'm gonna zoom in on the video, you can see the piling, the support beam. Let me just say that the roadway will be coming across, and it'll connect with this support beam here. So people have been talking about the direct connection. I'm going to do a second video, by the way, for direct connection. Not a lot has been going on there. They actually are doing some things now. But this Missing Moves project is cranky. So we got 3 support beams on the other side. This one's 4. We got 5, 6. That large one's 7. I'm going to walk around there. I believe this is the old air gas property. The state took this property over. We're going to head this way. One of the original 10 years ago, when they were talking about the Bass Pro Shops project and all that, one of the big contentions was the state wanted to build this road. State thought they were going to go through the landfill. Honestly, I don't know where it shook out, but this is such a much better plan because this is solid earth they're building on now. If they were building on the landfill, first off, they'd have to go much higher. The support structures would be different because you're building on, trash and whatnot. You'd have to probably go through the bottom of the 100 feet of trash to actually get solid ground. All right, so we've walked around. In another point, this is the Curaleaf Center down here, Bellmawr's medical marijuana facility. And so here we got, what did I say? 3 over there, 4, 5, 6 support columns. Now here's some larger ones because the road is merged at this point. 7, 8, or no, maybe it is merged because that one's off center. 9, 10. This is where they're merged here. So this is right down the street from the Curaleaf. That is Creek Road down there. And I'm going to do some overlays of a map to kind of show you the angle. But you can see how this is heading on an angle towards Creek Road. See if there's anything back behind this support column. But what's funny is the way this is being built, you can obviously see on the side of Route 42 what's going on. But I don't think the average person in the 42 freeway readership area has any clue that this has happened, that this has already been developed. These are some, freshly poured. Hopefully they just keep rolling with this and start putting up the decking, because that's going to be really impressive. It's going to be fun. Think of the size of the bridge they need to put across Route 42. That's going to be fun to see. All right, so I moved over to Creek Road, close to what we used to call Dead Man's Curve. As a point of reference, I think the guys will get this. One of the biggest landmarks of Bellmawr is the Lawnmower parts place right here on Creek Road. Before Amazon, imagine this, guys, kids. You had to actually, before there was Amazon, you had to actually find places that sold things, and sometimes things would break, and you just said, oh, I'm just gonna throw it away because I have no idea where to get this Husqvarna part or whatever the hell it was. This place was famous because you could get anything there. So we're on Creek Road. Behind me is a mound of dirt. I may have to do this as an overlay. I got some video from down there, but the mound of dirt is blocking the trajectory of where the roadway will go. So it's going to, the bridge is going to come up over my head where I'm at right now. I'm going to flip the camera around in a second, but if you look behind me, there is a footer going in, like a hole. That's going to be another support piling. So this bridge is going to come up over my head from where we just were. What's this? Let's just call this, I did 3, 4, 5. Let's just call this location 6. I don't know, I'll stop calling location. All right, we're gonna cross over Creek Road. And you can see right here, this hole here with some wood in it. It looks like they're getting ready to start putting more support columns. And we're gonna go over to the Creek Road Bridge. That should be our last stop. You can see some large columns over there. So, this I think really helps give you a representation. See, this is dirt. They have to build several more support columns through the edge of the landfill here. It's gonna come here, come right through here. Actually, we got 2 holes. So this is probably, you know, the right side, the traffic going towards 295 South, and this is the traffic coming from 295 South going north. Yeah, two segments here, probably a bigger project. And it's gonna go up. This is 295 right here, and you can see that one large support column in the distance. It's going to come around, and it's going to have to bend. Oh, look! I just noticed the metal. What do you call that? You know, when they dig a hole and they need the hole to keep the walls from caving in. There's probably another support column there because this will be the bend that connects with that big unit up there. All right, last location. I'm at the Creek Road Bridge. It's going to be rebuilt. They've already started taking portions of it down. I think and thought it was going to be a little higher, but it also looks like they sort of brought the roadway for the new bridge. They're going to bring it down lower. All right, so another point of perspective. In the distance there, you can see a blue piece of equipment. It looks like a piling driver. Sorry, guys. In that area, say, is where the roadway, the elevated roadway, is going to come through between those 2 buildings. We were just standing there. You can see some of the cars driving by on Creek Road in the distance. So obviously this is 295 right here. So the roadway would come through. It would connect. So for those going 295 South, it'll connect to this large pylon here and then come down. And you can see right here, I don't want to get too close. I'm keeping a safe distance. It'll come down the roadway and it'll merge into 295 going south. So that's the classic pattern that I always focus on. 42 north all the way in the distance, coming across this bridge, connecting over on the other side of 295 and coming down here. Now on the other side, we see this building right here. I think there's the softball, baseball clinic is in part of the building. Behind it, you can see some dirt clearing out. Maybe in my next video, I'll get my drone friend to help me out. You can see some clearing. So if you're going 295 north and you want to get to 42 south, the road will go wider, like say where that cat truck is. My apologies if there's a sun glare. And it'll go close behind that building, and then it will go up in the air and connect with that overpass that I talked about. You know, I always say these are going to be fast. They never are. But, you know, I'm doing the editing now at the house, and I realized I didn't really have a closing statement. I just kind of did my last video and stopped. So, yeah, this is the Missing Moves project, just approved this year. They're moving real fast. On the same day, this was just Sunday, 2-3 days ago, I also took video of the Direct Connect project. There is a significant amount of progress in one very specific area, so I'm going to call that out. In probably a couple days I'll get that video going. It'll be much shorter than this because I've really covered that project. 42freeway.com. Yes, I'm covering these roads. It's a small portion of it. It's sort of a commerce retail blog if you aren't familiar. So if you're in that area of Route 42, those towns all the way through there, and even extended, and you want to know the latest on new businesses coming in, new retail construction, just what are those projects that you didn't know were coming, go like my page. You know, I put content on the web, I put it on YouTube, but it all siphons through and funnels through to the 42 Freeway page, and that's where everybody sees it and everybody comments. And you can also like the YouTube page. I need 1,000 YouTube subscribers for magical things to happen. I'm not really sure what that is, but yeah, just trying to get there. So anyway, thanks for watching. We got one more video coming up in just a couple days, hopefully before the weekend, for the Direct Connect, guys. Thanks. Mark from 42freeway.com.